back at the Braydon house.
Ah.
It is late in the night.
Well, we're starting.
We are.
Oh, we're here.
The city.
Happy D&D.
The city is aglow with the dim red light as Luna steps back through the threshold of the Braydon estate. Behind her, you catch Colm speeding away on his magicycle.
What?
I named it a magicycle because it's like a motorcycle, but it runs on magic.
Like a magic motorcycle.
So it's a magicycle. I feel really proud and I like puns, okay?
What do they look like?
So...
Look like light cycles from Tron?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Because, like, I liked the idea of it having, like, this cool, like, shield thing over it that, like, kind of, like, projects and then, like, dematerializes as you get off. So, like, it's kind of like this light cycle thing. But it doesn't leave a trail. And it has wheels.
Luna wants one footboard to feed.
Are you gonna do like a recap or something?
Yeah, I'm working on the recap, okay?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Each of you retire to the room that Lady Braydon set aside for you. Ellie and Ryurick and Luna have set up an elaborate blanket fort.
Yes.
It's pretty impressive as the blankets line the walls and tie into the chandelier at the center of the room. As you lay on your respective bedding, your thoughts drift to your current problems at hand. The Arcane Bois are still separated. Nartad, Lana, and Zent have not sent word back, and the fate of Mara, now incarcerated, looms in the air. Tarina, during the night, you had a vision. In it, your patron, Fae Queen Sabra of the Autumn Court, made herself known. She tasked you with finding a new person to send to her, essentially to capture someone and send them to the Feywild where she dwells. You have 8 days to find a new person and deliver him or her with a fairy ring. You're not sure on the details, but Arturo is still closed if you want to clarify. There's also this, the coming day is also the last day to make an appearance as the messenger from the Meliamnes at the Abhraigh house. Elendriel, you have gotten your first lead in a long time on the name Ulames. Turns out he's a mage in the Arcanic Imperial capital. He and Lady Braydon have been exchanging notes and ideas on their current magical studies through, like, basically a magic chat room. Fairies and Canars are down below in the wine cellar. They have been... When you went down there, they were sleeping in their animal forms, but they could be up now. Ellie, you cannot settle. Ever since you rescued Canars from the War Matron's mansion, you've been jittery. Almost like your body got a shot of adrenaline. Keyanthi. Actually, we're gonna do a bit with you, so
Thank you. Because I did mostly nothing last time, so
I'm gonna skip to Luna and go back to you. Luna, you return to the estate with a new goal, to get Liam to Virkus. He said he could probably arrange a business trip of sorts to go out there, but you know, he would be but you know he needs a legitimate reason to go there. Maybe Lady Braydon will have ideas. She has been to the human kingdoms. Not only that, Mara is in jail and Colm has made it his mission to do something about it. He said he'd come back tomorrow to discuss it, but given your interactions with him, make an insight check for Colm.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Just for flavor.
I love rolling. 19 plus 7, 26.
Okay.
For flavor to roll.
Given your interaction with Colm, you assume that he probably won't come back with much of a plan, because he's kind of an airhead.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of my brother.
Woo! Really gut reaction type of person.
Yeah. That's a word we'll use for it.
Okay, back to Keyanthi. Your mind is restless as you fight to find peace within your trance. Uncertainty clings to your mind as you triumph to weave through the problems at hand. Who can you recruit as a spy? Colm, Liam, Nessa, Raxizel? They all come to mind. Are they the right choice? How can you recruit them? And where will their safe haven be? Anxiety sifts through your head like a rough sea. Your thoughts turn to Rahim.
My boy!
Oh, Rahim.
Rahim.
Yeah, that's how I thought of him. Oh, Rahim.
Ah, my sweet, sweet monk boy.
My sweet monk boy. Hang on, I have like Give me a second.
Oh no, what's going to happen?
I'm just gonna find flute music for him, that's all.
Don't worry about it.
I have some, so let me just pull it up
Alright,
on my...
get your flute, girl. Get your flute.
I have it on my playlist. It's just a different one.
I'm just tying flowers to blankets and stuff.
Prince.
Well, and hanging out.
Then it's like, go to bed, Ellie.
But I need
We
to
can finish tying you in the morning.
flowers.
We can do it in the morning.
Oh, here we go. I found it.
Oh, flute music, finally.
It sounds a little too Native American. I'm gonna go back to the desert music just because it's a little more.
Desert
Same as Rahim, so.
Okay. Back in your travels with him, he took you to the northern monastery that you called home. You distinctly remember speaking to him one time along the foggy crags of the mountain. You were struggling with coming to terms with your family's decisions, and thus decided to meditate on the matter, hoping the truths would reveal themselves to you. So they were doing another memory sort of thing. Kia, what troubles you? Rahim walks up the path to you, his usual orange robes, and an additional shawl to cover his normally bare shoulder, is how he's dressed, because it's cold.
It's very cool.
Yeah. He sits on the ground next to you. What do you say to him?
This is when I first met. Oh, no, this is after he brought me to the monster and after I joined it, yeah?
Yeah, so you're basically having anxieties, like, over, like, your family's choices and, like, how you're gonna deal with that. Like, normal.
Oh. Gosh. I don't know. I have 0 brain cells. I don't know what to say. What did Rahim tell me again?
He asked you what was wrong.
Oh, well, where to start? Hold up. There's a rock in my shoe. She says it's like kind of a shaky voice, because she doesn't know what else to say. There's a lot to say, but she doesn't really know how to reach the subject, so she's going to talk about the rock that's in her shoe and how much it's bugging her. I have a very high perception score. I know that the rock is there. I hope I do.
He says, I don't think it's the rock. You seek
I'm pretty
peace.
sure it's a rock. It feels pretty big.
Well, perhaps it is the rock, but amongst other things, he looks out to the horizon. You seek peace because you want freedom from your guilt. But this is greedy. You cannot escape what others have done, and therefore think it is their fault you feel this way. This guilt you feel is a creation of your own negative energy. Only you can figure out how to unshape it and form a positive one. Suffering is normal. It means you're alive.
Suffering is normal. And for Keyanthi, she's always been she's been a little sheltered before, so the idea that suffering is normal is bugging her a lot. She's trying to come more to terms with it as she joins through the monastery and sees all these other people who are living in less tidy circumstances, you know.
So he says, consider why these things bother you, and work it through your mind. You need to work this through your mind first. Why are you upset? And what wrongs have they done?
I guess I'm worried that it feels like all the things that I knew are just wrong, and I don't know the full extent of what they've done, and so it scares me. I never felt... She's struggling to come with an answer. I never really felt like I knew them anyway, and now I don't know what to think at all. I thought that my sister would be at least, well, never mind.
he sort of like muses for a second and says, it's normal to change is normal. I thought I put this on loop. Sorry, give me a second. Wee.
Isn't that supposed to be a commercial or something?
It's a no copyright epic cinematic dramatic trailer adventure music. That's literally like what it's called. Anyway, what's playing now is emotional cinematic background music for videos.
I love the title, man. It really speaks to my soul.
So
Deep in here, man.
Rahim says to you, change is normal. It's part of reality. It's part of living. Don't be concerned with how others are basically shaping your reality. It's like you shape your own reality. It is your responsibility to figure out what it is for you to do next. None of this is your fault, but it is your responsibility to figure out what you want to do with your life. It's like this monastery can help you to, deal with your sufferings and, learn to shape your reality as a positive one. But you need to go and decide what you will do to shape that reality. I think it's time for you to go into the world. I've taught you what I can.
Are you sure? I mean, I've learned a lot here, but I don't want to leave a place after I've just gotten used to it.
As I said, change is life. That is how it is. Nothing is constant. None of us are stagnant beings. We're always changing. And with that in mind, I think you take a little comfort knowing that your family is constantly changing. They might not be what you thought they once were. And everyone has the ability to change.
Okay. Well, if you think I'm ready, I guess that's good enough? ? Shrug.
You should have a little more confidence. You are ready. Staying here will only hold you back. You need to go and experience other people and other cultures. Perhaps then you'll get the insight that you want. And find the resources to change your reality. Yeah, okay, so then you come back.
Sounds good.
You come back to the present day. You have the task that Seliana set before you, but you've been crippled by the lingering thought. Is her task the right action for you to achieve a positive reality? If it is, what is the right action to go about recruiting a spy? If it is not, what is the right action to take against your family?
Okay. Big dang old questions. Let's do this.
I read a lot about Buddhism.
Alright, so Keyanthi has basically just been meditating in her own little space.
Yeah.
And so she decides to stand up finally.
Uh-huh.
And she wants to go find out where everyone else is. I think she may be hearing some merriment over where they're having a blanket fort.
Yeah, we'll say that, it's, still, it's, right before bedtime. Or,
Okay.
We can either do before bedtime or early morning when, the full elves has gotten enough sleep, but the half elves are still asleep. They have more action at, just before bedtime, so, you start meditating about what you need to do, and you came back, into the house where Ellie and Luna and Ryurick are currently, fussing over the blanket fort.
Yeah, I'm just talking with Luna, and I'm like, do you, blue flowers or pink flowers? And I'm just...
I like blue flowers.
Okay. And I'm just making a bunch of flowers and putting around the blanket forts.
You're right.
I mean, it's kind of like what we did with your... at your mom's place, right?
Yeah. Remember how I had that one dress that looked like this flower? She holds up one of the blue ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Lionel said it looked like the flowers were up on me. Because he's a supportive brother.
Well, blue doesn't...
That doesn't sound very clean.
Hey, Keyanthi's here. Here, you can help us with the blanket fort.
Oh, is that what this is? A blanket fort?
Yeah.
Have you not had a blanket fort before?
A long time ago. It just seems a little uneven, and so she kind of goes to the corner and starts like trying to fix the. I don't know what's holding up sticks. What do you got going up?
So it's
Chair, probably.
basically like they got string and kind of like hung it on like the curtain rod or like a hook in the ceiling, and then they kind of took them all together and then tied them into the chandelier loop.
Oh, that's way up there. Never mind.
It's not a very tall ceiling, it's an 8-foot ceiling, so if you stood on the bed, you could probably manipulate the chandelier.
Okay. Well, maybe she's just going to the knot because it looks a little loose over there, and so it's like sagging on one end and loose, so she's like, oh my, who tied these ones up? Innocently asking very question.
It was, and I like point to a corner and there's nothing there. It was Hop.
Okay. Well, Hop needs to take a few more lessons, and I'd be willing to help him out with that, I believe.
He doesn't like to listen to what I say sometimes.
Oh.
Well, those knots wouldn't stand a chance against my cat.
You two have a lot of stories. I wish I knew the context, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cat destroyed our blanket fort last time.
That's right. Just
Well,
using vines. Yeah, I like Druidcraft, a little bit of vines. Oh yeah, girls, I forgot to tell you.
what?
I finally made a breakthrough with Ulamaze.
You did?
What is it?
Where is it?
Lady Braydon helped me with some research, and Ulamaze is a
Person.
is a person.
A person?
He's a wizard at the archaic capital, Cortilia Ceralius.
Would I know of that place?
Make a history check.
All right, history check, gal pals.
First,
Would I know of that place if I knew that one scholarly wizard at one point in my life?
Yeah, you can all make a history check. That's fine.
I am not going to make this.
All right, I rolled a 14.
Ooh.
4.
Nat 20.
Okay. So
Someone knows.
You know that, like, basically in the Arcanic Empire, there are 3 kingdoms. And, like, the centralized kingdom is called Arcania, and the capital is called Cortilia Ceralius. And that's all you know.
Great.
You know all of that as well, but you also know that Cortilia Ceralius is, it has a lot of mages and a lot of magic. It kind of, like, is like a leading group in that sense. It has a lot of emphasis on... It has a lot of, like, magic history. And it wasn't until recent years that it became more, like, warriors and swords and stuff from the influence of the Northern Kingdom, the Crystal Kingdom, because they had more immigrants come from there to Arcania. But anyway, it's less magey, but it's still fairly magey.
Good. Magey town.
Magey town, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of history and culture is there.
I share this information with the group.
Wow. I guess even magier than here?
Yeah, because the Drow aren't super magey. They're really not. Like, the Braydons are the only mages you've actually met. And the rest are all, well, I mean, they're more religious than magey.
Yeah. Well,
If they do any sort of magic. So you'll find more clerics.
in my little human hokey poke town upbringing, this is like the most magey it's been.
Ooh, more than this. True. In that context, yeah, it would be a little shocking. Okay.
Wow.
Well, do you guys want to just go to bed or do you want to do more stuff?
Keyanthi, are you okay?
What do you mean?
I mean, you've been kind of quiet all day.
That's, you're right about that.
You're not wrong!
Gosh. Well, there's just been a lot on my mind, I guess. And, choices have to be made, apparently. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I wish
That's
I could say more, but I feel like I don't know even where to begin for myself.
Well, we can help you. All you have to do is just ask. I mean, we've all came here together. I mean, I wouldn't have even gotten this far knowing anything about Yulmaze without you guys.
Well, I suppose there's a lot more to learn, that's for sure. So many books around us.
And I, grab Keyanti's hands, and I'm just like how you want to help us, I want to help you.
Oh, thank you, Ellie. You're too sweet. Well, you've probably been more around the town than I have. Do you know of any places that people don't like to go to? I mean, that's a very vague question, I'm sure.
Oh, did I pick up on any of those when I was wandering?
People that might be out of the way, more out of the way.
I mean, right now it's Mara's closet.
That
True, but that's probably someplace to be paying attention to.
closed now.
Yeah.
Let's see, you went to the food district, the red light district, and the weird artsy district.
Let's go to the red light district, guys.
So,
What's at the red light district?
What is indeed? Let's ask someone else after we leave.
And is it more magey stuff? Braydon House is pretty magey. If they have more magey stuff in Toril.
It's a
Not necessarily.
I mean, I'm an adult. I mean, I guess maybe in elf years I'm an adult. Or not an adult. I don't know, it gets really weird because I was raised in a human village.
you did not, Luna, you did
Yeah, that'll do
not
it.
have people in the weird artsy district.
Sorry, say that again.
You did not see a lot of people in the weird artsy district where you went to the storm drain and saw this mural.
Guys, let's go to the artsy district.
Okay.
I mean, we could.
It is the middle of the night, just saying.
Yeah, so maybe we
Let's
should
go
go
to
in the
this
morning.
another time.
Yeah, in the morning. Let's sleep.
Okay, you guys go to sleep.
Luna might stay up talking about her cat for a while. Or Liam, one of those. She misses her cat now.
Ellie would stay up.
Okay.
Also she doesn't need that much sleep, so I bet Luna would probably get tired while still droning off, and I'm just like,
Tell me about when Artemis
Cute.
did this or that.
Aw, Artemis.
That that's
We call him Artie.
Yeah.
He likes to stand on shoulders.
I bet Artie would like the art district.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. There's a lot for him to climb.
So you guys get a full rest. It is now early in the morning. The lights have turned back to their normal sort of bluish green color.
And I'm finally at full health.
Yes. Full health, full slots.
Feels good.
Oh, shoot, I should see what.
Full of life.
Full of life.
Alright, it's morning, and, who would be up first?
Probably the full elves.
Okay, so Ellie and Keyanthi are both up. I imagine, Keyanthi, you would want to go and meditate more or do some...
I think she wants to look at a map of the city.
Okay.
Yeah. So it could be in the library, maybe.
Yeah, you can find that easily within the house. I'm sure Lady Braydon has one. So we'll say you go downstairs, go into the library, and you're... Alright, let's see. The library is right next to the kitchen. And as you're looking for like a map of the city, you can overhear Ryurick and Lady Braydon in the kitchen, because the kitchen's literally the next room over. And there's no door. You hear Lady Braydon say, "Deidre, I want you to stay, but it's going to be difficult if you don't marry into our house. I know that it will be a difficult adjustment to society to be wed and to be expected to produce an heir, and well, especially considering it turns out you're you prefer males, it seems." And she kind of babbles on awkwardly, and Ryurick's like, "Mom, it's fine. I'm sure you. I mean, I wouldn't want to press you into something you didn't want." And he says, I will admit I never thought I would marry a woman. But if that's how I can be with you and Fiona and Nessa, then I think I'm okay with that. I mean, at least for now, that's what I want. Maybe that will change later, but this just... son, if you wanted me to leave, I would go. Thanks, but I'm not sure how to explain it, but I think I'm supposed to be here in Toril. I don't want to force you into anything you don't want. Mom, just let me talk to Ness again. Let me just talk to her, and then we'll figure out how I feel about all of this. You know, I lost my family, and now I have a chance to get back. And if it means being married to a lady for a while, I'm okay with that.
So Keyanthi's not sure if she should barge in or not. No, most likely not. She's like, "Oh, gossip. Ooh."
So she knows about that. And you look for your map.
Basically, I'm just trying to see the layout about where that art district is, so I can figure out like how close it is to everything, all the buildings and
Okay,
stuff.
so you make an investigation check.
All right, that sounds good.
Maps.
It sounds a little better if my dice didn't fall off my desk. Okay. Wow. All right. That's embarrassing. Yeah, that's really embarrassing. I got a 6.
Okay, so you're looking through the library. You find like a lot of books on history, a lot of books on just studies of pretty much anything you can think of. But the thing about the Braydons is that they're not super organized. As I mentioned, there are books pretty much everywhere. And so you're kind of stumped, like, sifting through this loose paper. You find some maps, but they're, like, 200 years old. You're like, oh, and, you know, you find one that, like, talks about something like an abyssal road that goes even further down. You're like, nope, not what I want. And you don't seem to be able to find it, but you're pretty sure there's one in the house.
I think along the way I started organizing their stuff for them.
Yeah.
I'm just going, that makes no sense. This should go here, and this should go here. And then Keyanthi just kind of goes a little wild. So she forgets what she's doing and ends up just...
So then, you hear Ryurick shuffling. He has a very personal...
loud footfall?
Yeah, I'd imagine he's kind of clumsy. So he's kind of like he's kind of like flat.
He's got big feet.
He's kind of flat-footed.
He's got big feet.
Yeah, he's got big feet, but he's not very tall.
That's unfortunate. He's a hobbit, right? He's a hobbit. No.
So he's like, are you looking for something? Or are you attempting to organize? I mean, do you need help?
Keyanthi kind of turns and just looks a little guilty, like, oh, they caught me. Oh, I am sorry. It's just I was looking for a map of the city that is recent, not old.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can find one. Let's see. I know Mom usually keeps her maps over here.
They don't have any of those, like, null maps just around the city with a little "You Are Here" sticker?
I do they often get visitors? It really depends on that, you know?
Mom, can you help us find a map of the city?
Oh, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear what you said.
Do you see Ryurick? Can you hear me now? Yeah. He, like, shuffles around through this stuff, and, like, he's just like, Mom, why do you have maps of not... Mom! Where's the map of Toril? You have a map of literally every other city. She's like, oh, check the dining table. So he's like, I'll be right back. You get it back. I found it. It was on the dining table.
Thank you, Breoreacht. I wonder if it was used as a napkin. She looks a little concerned.
Fiona was using it, because that's how she does her stuff, apparently.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. What's the name of the art district, if you know it?
I think it's just called the art district.
Great. I will look for it on the map.
So it's right next to the Aoife house. So you've already been there, and it's just like it starts like a block away, not a block, like a street.
Okay, well she's like kind of measuring like the Aoife house, and then what's the name of the other families? Gosh, they have such fun names.
So the Braydons and the Aoifes don't live that far from each other.
Okay, so they're over there.
Yeah. And
then Forregna, where's Forregna? Is that like way over there on the other side?
By the sand pit.
By the sand pit.
So that's
okay.
more Matron's house.
Okay, then Abhraigh's over there.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out where a central location would be and compared to all the other places, basically.
Okay, so in regards to the Braydon house, the Abhraigh's, which is the High Priestess's house, they're directly south.
Okay.
And then northeast is the War Matron's house and the jail and the sand pit. They're all right next to each other. And then to the northwest of her is the art district and Aoife house.
Okay.
So, the Braydon house is actually this centralized point. Actually. There are various
things go around.
There are warehouses around because you're basically the art and trade district are one and the same because they go so close. They go so hand in hand. If you're a wood carver and you carve wood for art, then you need to buy wood. And who you gonna get wood from? The tradesman.
Yeah, sounds good. Alright, well that answers my map questions. Thank you.
There's also a bathhouse that none of you have jumped on, but that's to the north.
Bathhouse.
Ooh. Yeah, there's a bathhouse.
Bathhouse is a nice little vacation episode, if we ever get one.
But just keep lighting fire.
Hi, this is Tiffany, your DM. Thank you for watching Dungeon Damsels. This is not the end of the session, so please stay tuned for the next part. We update on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in supporting us more, please push the subscribe button, like, or comment. We also have a Patreon, wink wink nudge nudge, and our show is in podcast form. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbean, Spotify, and plenty of other podcast platforms. Thanks, we hope to hear from you soon.